Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the fifth race in the 2020 NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series, as we are here at Auto Club for 63 laps of action in what is the fifth race in Cup Series history here at this track. We do not go here a second time this season. So this will be the only event here at Auto Club. We've got a lot of winners from the past in this race. 2017, Johnny Gardner over Eric Benson. First race of 2018 went to Zachary Fitzwater Sr. That was over Tony Green. The second race went to Matthew McIntyre over Zach Flickinger. And last year's race, Nico Tringali over Austin Alves. So shockingly, every driver who's finished second is not in this race. Gardner looking for what would be his second win at the track, and I believe no one has won at the same track twice just yet. So Gardner, Fitzwater, Tringali, all with an opportunity to do that today. And we've had quite a lot of photo finishes here at this track in history. Fitzwater and Tony Green in 2018 and Tringali and Alves last year. Don't forget the photo finish last night in the Truck Series debut at this track. Carter Friesen by 1/1000th of a second over James Ellison. Now, let's get to the starting lineup here today at Auto Club. Ryan Brommer on the pole with Jose Mills to his outside. Sebastian Kukulon and 2018 winner Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in row 2. William Flickinger and Tyler Markle in row 3. Daytona 500 winner Jessica Shelton is in row 4 with her teammate Charles Sanford. And in row 5 is one of the Speedway aces, Andrew Rich, next to Cole Deaver. As we go back to the front of the field, fastest in practice was Corey Williams. He will start 31st. While fastest in happy hour was your winner from last night, Carter Friesen, who starts 22nd. In the past, our caution history is as follows: 3 yellows in the 2017 race, 1 yellow in each of the 2018 races, and a total of 4 yellows last year. Now, the truck race went green from start to finish. Could we see the same thing here tonight for the Cup Series? It would likely be a 3-stop affair, as the race is 3 laps past 60 laps. Let's go trackside for the command to fire engines.
All right, well, the fun doesn't start until we ask our drivers a question. Are you ready? Drivers, will you please start your engines?
As the Cup drivers pull off the track, let's look at the point standings through the first 4 races of the season. It's 2-time Cup champ Johnny Gardner leading the points by a single point over Sandy Flats winner Jeff Toledo. Alex Gray third in the points with 2019 Truck Series champ Logan York fourth in the points. Fifth is Jose Mills, 6th Nate Rogers, 7th Austin Colano, 8th Sebastian Kukulon, 9th Peter Onjak. And moving up with his second place finish last week, James Shelley sits in 10th. 16 drivers make the playoffs. Winners in the top 30 in points are automatic locks in. Jessica Shelton is 17th, Tyler Fink 21st, and Seth Cole 25th. So with that said, Tyler Markle, Cement Oskin, and LJ Toledo are the final 3 in on points right now. Points are still very close here as we're on the early goings of the Cup Series schedule. What will happen tonight? Will we get another photo finish? The margins of victories have been as follows: 0.12 seconds in 2017. First race of 2018, it was 0.04. Second race of 2018, it was 1.5. And last year's race, it was 0.031. That's the closest they've gotten was last year. Last night, it was by 1/1000th of a second. Can we get a finish that close? And the Cup Series green flag is out, as many drivers are already jumping to the outside. And a small recap from last week's standalone event in Vegas. Seth Cole captured what was his 7th career win. That puts him tied on the all-time wins list with Jonathan Zorlin for 3rd most on the wins column, as Johnny Gardner and Andrew Rich sit tied at the top with 8 wins apiece. 3 wide action throughout the field as they go into turn 3, and Ryan Brommer is looking to lead the first lap here at Auto Club. Let's just see how fast they're going into turn 1. We didn't quite catch it there. You see the mid-corner speed is about the same as what we saw the trucks doing. Let's see what's the speed here down at the back straightaway. Just over 200 miles an hour for Ryan Brommer. As Jose Mills closing in 2nd. Mills had a good car last week at Vegas. Kukulon in 3rd, looking for that position. It's 194 at the line. And 203 into turn 1. As Kukulon now makes a move on the lead for Brommer. Or on Brommer, rather. We've seen the top side do pretty well on corner exit here last night in the Truck Series event. And in the past, it's done well in the Cup Series races as well. We'll see if anything changes, as Kukulon has to check up just a wee bit into turn 3, but he's even with Brommer off of turn 4. As we've got a bit of a gap there from Sekuli on back, but no caution flags on the track, so maybe a little craziness there in the middle of the field as Kukulon continues to fight for the lead with Ryan Brommer. Daytona 500 winner Jessica Shelton sits in 3rd. As Fitzwater will move to the middle, making it 3 wide. Kukulon continuing to fight. Kukulon in his sophomore season, he drove for Bulldog Motorsports last year. And finished 25th in overall points, 12th in the playoff points. And he's got 1 career win to show for his name. But he's looking for career win number 2 tonight. There's William Flickinger looking for his 1st career win. William came very close at Cape Cod last year, but Seth Cole snuffed him out and got to him to take away that chance at a W. Man, my speech is a little messed up right now. It is early. But Kukulon to the race lead over Brommer. As now we'll see if he can fight back, but it looks like William Flickinger will move by for 2nd place. Looking at the outskirts of the top 10, Tyler Markle still up here. Cole Deaver making that topside work very well. He had a very strong car here last year until he got wrecked by Samet Oskin. Ace Rogers on the outskirts of the top 10, and there's the man right there, Carter Friesen. Looked like he had a chance to win his first Cup race last week at Vegas. Didn't get it done. But last night he got that first Truck Series win, and he looks like he's got a very strong race car here tonight in the Cup Series race, as he's looking to move up through the top 10. Friesen, a development driver for Hendrick, running in the satellite team of Junior Motorsports. And if the Hendrick drivers aren't careful, they could find themselves replaced. Kukulon continues to lead with William Flickinger in 2nd. There's a little screen freeze there. Not sure what that was about. Marco will move back down to try and make a move on Jose Mills, who's fallen back towards the edge of the top 10. Cole Deaver, Alex Gray on the move. Gray was on the move at Vegas last week. And he's on the move again here tonight at Auto Club, but it's Sebastian Kukulon at the front of the field. So we're going to take our first break of the night here at Auto Club. We're back here at Auto Club Speedway as Carter Friesen is making a move on Jose Mills, looking for 5th place. But that top side just so strong, and then you get the draft from the drivers in front of you. Friesen will have to look to fall back in line. We're on lap 12 of 63, coming to 13. Kukulon still leads, William Flickinger second, Shelton third, Deaver fourth, and Mills rounding out the top 5 as you've got Friesen, Alex Gray, Ace Rogers, Ryan Brommer, and Tyler Markle. That is your top 10. And Johnny Gardner sitting in 11th. Remember, Gardner came from outside the top 10 last week at Vegas, had a very strong car, but couldn't get the deal done on his first win of 2019. Gardner won at this racetrack 3 years ago in what was his first career victory. The total now sits at 8, and he'd love to be the first to get 2 wins at the same track. As he makes a move to the outside of Markle behind Brommer, that should give him enough of a run. And he'll get 10th at the line. How about Fitzwater Sr. winning back in 2018? Him and Gardner have been on the same team since 2018. That was when the Petty Go Fast Front Row merger occurred. And since then, those assets have been released by Johnny Gardner and team owner Rob Evans, or co-owner Rob Evans, as the two of them were able to bring this team to be able to work on its own, and Petty a thing once again, the 19 and the 43, as Evernham was released out of Bulldog Motorsports, those assets, as Bulldog moved to Subaru. And then Front Row came back as well, and Front Row with the win with Tyler Fink at Rockingham, and of course Evernham Petty with the win from Jeff Toledo at Sandy Flats. So those teams showing that they are still able to operate on their own. Friesen has made it by Mills for 5th place, and he'll eye Cole Deaver for 4th. As you look at your fastest lap times, Friesen is the only one under a 38.0. And out of the top 5 times, it's Friesen, Shelton, Gardner, Tringali, and Sekuli. Sekuli in 13th and Tringali sitting in 14th. As you see, unlike the Truck Series, tire fall off is a big thing for the Cup cars, and last place is 10 seconds behind versus what was 3 seconds in the Truck race. As on lap 16 of 63, pit stops will close in soon, and if you look at race leader Sebastian Kukulon, he's nearing 2 seconds of fall off. Unlike the Truck Series race, tire strategy is going to be huge here tonight. Friesen making a move on Deaver for 4th as William Flickinger makes a move on Kukulon for the lead. Flickinger doesn't get it to stick, but Friesen does. Could Carter Friesen sweep this race weekend? That is something we have not seen at all in history, to my memory at least. Friesen is able to get it to stick decently well on the bottom of 3 and 4, but Deaver's got the draft and he's going to clear, and now Mills will go to Friesen's outside. It's a top 8 breakaway, top 9 breakaway rather. Kukulon, Flickinger, William Flickinger at that, Shelton, Deaver, Friesen, Mills, Gray, Ace Rogers, and Gardner. That's the top 9 breaking away from Brommer, who is now a 2.5 away from 9th place, chilling in 10th. So Brommer started on the pole, led a few laps, lost the lead, fell way back to 10th. Mills has been able to hold on up front as the fighting for positions continues up here. Tire wear really coming into play now. And so far, it feels like this race could go green from start to finish, but crazy things tend to happen at this track. And this race is very shaping up to be something like what we saw in 2018. Both races had one caution flag that set up finishes of around 20 laps to go. 2017, the last caution was 30 plus laps before the finish, so people had to pit back then. And last year, the yellow came within 10 to go. And tires were really important then Tringali just flew through the field on his fresh rubber compared to those who had stayed out. Friesen again challenging Deaver for fourth. We're going to stick around. We're waiting for those pit stops to begin. We're on lap 20 now. If they start pitting now, it would be a 3-stop for some, but if they can stretch it to lap 21, they should be able to go on a 2-stop. As now Shelton moves to the outside of William Flickinger for second. Kukulon has led this whole time, so it looks like it's going to be a 2-stop. The drivers are stretching it past lap 20. Shelton will move up to second. So this is the 9-car group with a chance at a win. Deaver now on the outside of William Flickinger as Friesen's going to look low, maybe make it 3 wide. But Kukulon loving what he sees in his mirror. Little to no pressure as they're going to come to the completion of lap 21. And still no signs of any of these drivers having the pit, so it is definitely going to be a 2-stop race. Tyler Markle into 10th place. Brahmer now down to 11th. So we'll see if anyone with the correct strategy will be able to make ground up on this top 9. William Flickinger falling back, almost gets clipped by Gardner right there. So now move Deaver up to 3rd. Shelton closing in on race leader Sebastian Kukulon. Still no signs of any of these drivers having the pit. Friesen starting to lose a few positions now. As Markle is not really losing a ton of time, and we've got a yellow flag on the track. And the leaders did not take it, but there's a wreck out of turn 4. It's got Peter Onjak involved, Jonathan Zorlin involved. Jeff Toledo's down pit road already. Possibly Kev Shear was in it. And we were just about to begin pit stops. That could be what caused the yellow, as Toledo will box now. But racing back to the caution, it will be Sebastian Kukulon in the lead, and this will reset the field. As you can see, fall off was over 3.5 seconds. So the tire strategy goes out the window for the time being. Kukulon leads, Shelton second, Deaver third, Mills fourth, William Flickinger fifth, Gardner sixth, Friesen seventh, Ace Rogers eighth, Gray ninth, and Tyler Markle rounds out the top 10 as everyone will peel down the pit road. Zorlin and Onjak with back end damage. Toledo will return to the racetrack, I believe, a lap down. Potentially tail end of the lead lap. As I don't know where Kev Shear's going, as he just took out LJ Toledo. Coming on the pit road. And that stacks them all up. Jesse Turner, Tyler Fink, Onjak, and Zorlin with more damage. And I don't even know what Kev Shear was thinking there. But we'll go down pit road and we'll see. Toledo will stay out. That will put him on the tail end of the lead lap. So we'll have to wait and see who gets out of pit road first. Survey says Sebastian Kugelon, Gardner, William Flickinger, Shelton, and I believe Friesen was the top 5. So with that, we'll take a look at the replay and see what brought out the first caution of the night. All right, here we go. We're looking at the wreck. They were 3-4 wide going on right here. Going into turn 3. And I'm wondering what starts this off. Rowe slides up. Oh, Toledo's trying to pit. So Rowe slides up into LJ Toledo. And then they make contact with their teammate Peter Onjak. So 3 Roush cars caused this accident. And right there, Onjak almost got the traction back, but he'll slide up and he'll clip Zorlin. And they'll both hit the wall. And then Shearer has nowhere to go, making contact with Zorlin. So it was all just Jeff Toledo trying to hit pit road. And Rowe overcompensated and slid up into his teammates, and it caused a wreck. And that is what brought out our first yellow of the night. So let's take you to the race restart. Getting ready to go back racing. Jonathan Zorlin has retired from the race. Peter Onjak is shown a lap down, while Jeff Toledo is tail end of the lead lap. Or just ahead, I guess. Kugelon is your leader. Gardner second, Shelton third, Deaver fourth, Friesen fifth. Ace Rogers is sixth. Jose Mills seventh. Dylan Young is into the top 10 in eighth. Fitzwater ninth, and Tringali rounds out the top 10. Now that the field has restacked, we'll see if any of those drivers from that second group are fast enough to take a charge towards the lead. Now those drivers were going on 22 plus laps on their run. We will likely see our last stop around lap 45 to 50, at which point everyone can make it to the end. But an accident coming out of turn 4 has left Zorlin out of the race. As Zorlin's bad season continues, he sits currently 28th in the points. A lot of veterans from last year have not started off well here in 2020. Toledo pit right before the yellow, so we'll see if his tires are older than some of these other drivers who are on the lead lap. This is certainly going to set up some interesting things, as Onjak was actually in a tow and he has retired from the race. Toledo hoping for what would be a quick yellow, not trying to fall a lap down by any means. But right now it's Kugelon in the lead with Gardner in second, as Jose Mills has back end damage from something. It doesn't appear to be hurting his car at all, but his back end is destroyed. That is unbelievable. Not sure what occurred to Jose Mills on their yellow. Something on pit road, perhaps. But so far, he is doing okay. And how about Dylan Young charging towards the top 5? Young has been one of the most consistent qualifiers to start the season, as he continues to look for his first Cup Series win into his 4th full-time season. Sponsorship, a lot of sponsorship returning for Dylan Young this year. How about Quinton Moore? Had a great finish a week ago in Vegas, and he's up into the top 10 as Jessica Shelton begins to fall back. Same with Carter Friesen. There's James Shelley, Seth Cole, the 1-2 finishers from Vegas. As the field is all kinds of mixed up now that they were able to restack and adjustments were made. And when Young gets tight going into 1, that slides him up the track as he was trying to make a move on Ace Rogers. Mills is keeping his own with that back end damage, so I don't think it's really hurting him that much performance-wise. Kugelon continues to lead. Neither Kugelon nor Gardner can get to Jeff Toledo, As Kugelon slips up off of turn 4, that's going to open the door for the two-time Cup Series champion Johnny Gardner looking for the lead. Dead even at the start-finish line. Lap led to Kugelon. He's led them all so far, but that's over now. Gardner clears him with ease. Put the 98 to the front. But Kugelon will challenge right back. As now Gardner holds him off and will look to put Jeff Toledo officially one lap down. And he does just that. How about Cole Deaver now, teammate to Kugelon, passing him for second. Toledo with the highline run. That's going to be one lap down car between Gardner and the rest of the field. Dylan Young continuing to race hard. Fitzwater's near the top 5 now too. Last year's winner Nico Tringali is inside the top 10. He's come close twice. The last 2 weeks, Rockingham, he was very strong. Pit road caution woes took him out of that. And then last week at Vegas, commitment line violation coming into pit road. 30-second penalty knocked him out of the running for that one. So far, Auto Club has gone his way as Markle slides up, almost wrecking Ace Rogers. Can Tringali find the way to the front? Friesen's just inside, or just outside the top 10 rather. He's fighting there with James Shelley for position. As Alex Ferranti is having a good night in 13th. Here's another guy looking for his first career victory. He's in his 3rd year of competition. And he'll make a move on Friesen. So Friesen appeared to be the strong car in the first run, but now it seems whatever changes the other drivers made is panning out for them better than him. Ferranti will pass him for what is 12th. They continue to race hard inside the top 10 as Deaver has lost 3rd now to Jose Mills. With that back end damage is keeping his car at the front of the pack. As something is amiss with Alex Gray and William Flickinger. So I believe something occurred on pit road because William Flickinger is down on power. Massive engine damage for William. I'm not sure what happened to him. Something occurred because Alex Gray is without a hood now. So unsure. Those two were very fast and they are no longer even close. Jesse Turner's season continues to go poorly. He's last in points and it's looking like it'll stay that way for him for a while yet. Andrew Rich suffering, he's at the back of the field. Seth Cole down outside the top 20, same with Shelton, who was running top 10 earlier. As the few drivers just outside this top 13 group, Casey Nanako, Zach Rogers, Austin Colano, Alexander Rowe, and Matthew Logan. But lap cars are going to be a deal because William Flickinger is so far off the pace. So now James Shelley's working his way into this group, trying to find a way towards the front, as Gardner now has almost a second lead. As Kugelon has not been able to get by Jeff Toledo, Tyler Markle has made his way into the top 5. Michael Markle finished very well in the truck race last night. Tyler, not sure if it's a brother or what, but Tyler doing very well tonight here himself, as Ferranti has made it right up into the top 5. Tringali trying to follow through with him, and Ferranti having to back off of his Hendrick teammate for now. So things going poorly for Zorland tonight. and for Shearer. But Ferranti and Marco are up front. Out of Junior Motorsports, Friesen at the front, York at the back. Deaver moves back into 5th. Dylan Young into 6th as Mills starts to fall back. And there's William Flickinger. Gardner putting him one lap down, and you catch him the wrong way, and you will get stuck. As everyone will get by William for now with ease. And next on the board will be Alex Gray, who is not losing as much time as fast. He's losing only a second a lap. So they might actually catch William Flickinger again. But this is going to spread out the top 13. Markle will get by Kukulon for 2nd. Ferranti's looking to follow through for 3rd. As they still can't get by Jeff Toledo. Gardner continues to lead. We're going to take a quick break and be back for the first round of the green flag pit stops unless we get a yellow flag. We're back at Auto Club right as pit stops begin. Gardner's going in first. Ferranti right behind him. Marco, Kukulon, Tringali, and there's a caution. Nate Rogers just got wrecked. Huge crash in turn 4. Huge crash in turn 4. There's cars everywhere. Did the leader take it? Yes, it was. Dylan Young took the yellow flag. That's going to save Gardner and everyone else who just came down pit road. Toledo will get his lap back. As there was a huge crash. Drivers trying to get to pit road. I don't know why. It always seems to happen here at Auto Club. But that's going to set up the finish. This is going to hurt everyone who stayed out. Friesen goes on by. And I'm hoping there's no more shenanigans. First one out of pit lane is going to be Johnny Gardner. And there were a ton of cars flying everywhere coming out of turn 4. I saw so many drivers stopped. But Gardner's the first one off pit road. Ferranti was charging there at the end of that run. He'll be 2nd, Markle 3rd, Kukulon 4th, Tringali 5th. I don't know where the 22 car is going. Or the 22 car, I guess, got this position. Perhaps some confusion between the drivers because of the cars that are on pit road. Several cars stayed out. Shearer, Toledo, LJ Toledo, Turner, and Gray all stayed on track. Though I believe they had already pit, so their tail end. There are a ton of cars out of the race. It was something with the 77 maybe. William Flickinger, Sekuli, Logan York, Keith Rich, Corey Williams, Rob Evans, Quinton Moore, Shelton, Priya McShane, Nate Rogers, James Shelley, Wes McCoy, all out of the race. Ace Rogers just retired for some reason. My goodness. Well, we're going to take a look at what brought out the second yellow of the night, and we'll get you to the race restart after that. Alright, so we weren't sure what happened to these guys, but before we look at the second caution of the night, we're going to see what happened to William Flickinger, Jose Mills, and a few others. So William's going to be coming out of his pit stall right here. And this pit road just became his victim, as right there Shelton is going to cram him in the right side, and that is what hurt William Flickinger. And now if you go to Jose Mills, Mills is going to try and leave his stall, and I'm surprised that much damage gave William Flickinger so much performance damage. Mills comes out of his stall, and here comes Alex Gray. Boom! Right into his backside. So that is what happened to those 4 drivers. So now let's take you to the cause of the second yellow flag. Alright, so here we go. This is where everything began. James Shelley, I think, was trying to come to pit road. Yeah, he started turning down, and Quinton Moore slid in there. They make contact the first time, and then I guess Shelley just didn't like it, so he hooks Quinton Moore up the track right in front of Ace Rogers. and then flips Quinton Moore over into the outside wall. And that's where all of this started. Back to the helicopter camera. Ooh, both Taco Bell cars barely missed this. But Nate Rogers has nowhere to go. He's going to clip James Shelley. Rob Evans nowhere to go. Corey Williams has nowhere to go. Seth Cole's going to inch by this. Jessica Shelton is not as lucky, and that sends Shelley into Keith Rich. Wes McCoy's going to have nowhere to go. And it's on from here. There's William Flickinger piling in. Logan York piles in. Sakuli's in it. Priya McShane will come in with nowhere to go, hitting Sakuli. And there's just so much going on right there. That was a huge, huge wreck. So I guess James Shelley is back to his 2017 attitude. Because if anyone recalls, there were issues with Shelley and some Ford drivers 3 years ago back in the playoffs. So we'll see if those issues continue here. This could be an issue between Seth Cole Canassi and Evan Gardner's Motorsports. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But let's get you to the race restart. We're getting ready for the race restart. Man, what a crazy, crazy accident. And a ton of cars now out of the race. Kev Shearer, LJ Toledo, Jesse Turner, Alex Gray, Jeff Toledo, all on the tail end of the lead lap, restarting just in front of the leader. So this is going to get hairy. They're going to be in the pack for a while until they can clear these lap down cars. Gardner is your leader, Ferranti in second, Markle third, Kugelon fourth, Tringali fifth, Mills sixth, Oskin seventh, Fitzwater eighth, Rich is in ninth with Brommer in 10th, and Friesen in 11th. Those are the 11 cars that pit coming to the yellow flag. Dylan Young on back are the cars who pit under this yellow. That's Young, Deaver, Rowe, Nanako, Zach Rogers, Tyler Fink, Seth Cole, Austin Colano, Adam Flickinger, Matthew Logan, and Charles Sanford. We have only 27 cars on the racetrack. What kind of finish are we going to get here tonight? It will be a total of 16 laps to go. Everyone can make it from here. Now it just comes down to how good of a car you got. Green flag back in the air. And Gardner will make a move low. Gray has damage. We know he's a second off pace. He'll move high as Ferranti goes all the way up to the wall trying to get by him. Tringali's really diving it low on Markle right there, out of turn two. Things are very hectic. To the helicopter camera we go. Ferranti with a move on the top side of Gardner with a head of steam. And I don't believe Toledo pit under that yellow. He's showing massive tire wear. That's going to allow Ferranti and Markle to fly on by and put Ferranti to the race lead, looking for his first career win. When he gets tight, that's going to open the door for Markle. Markle's in the same boat, looking for career win number 1. Side by side for the lead are the Hendrick teammates. But Ferranti with the run clears them down the back straightaway. They've still got 3 slower cars ahead of them, as the whole field is in one big pack right now. Toledo falling back a ways, same with Alex Gray. As Samet Oskin is up to 3rd. How about Dylan Young, his teammate, in 4th? As Markle puts another move to the inside of Ferranti. Oskin with a huge run. He's going to make it 3 wide. Now, it's just 2 wide for 2nd. Tringali's behind Markle. He's looking for position. Oh, and he makes contact with Markle there coming out of turn 4. That was very close. 3 wide for the lead. It's Oskin at the line. Oskin has not won since Sebring all the way back in 2017. Dylan Young, his teammate, has never won. He came close at Richmond in 2018. It's Oskin in the lead as they're putting LJ Toledo, Kev Shearer a lap down. Jesse Turner now the only one on the tail end of the lead lap. He's running 23rd. Oskin leads. Young gets by into second. Ryan Brommer's making his way back towards the front. Oh, as they're getting really crazy right here. They're 4 wide into turn 1, just about. Johnny Gardner looked like he had the car to beat, but now he's trapped in traffic. Ferranti trying to get by Toledo for third as Dylan Young takes the lead away from Samet Oskin. Could it finally happen tonight for Dylan Young? Coming into the race, Young sitting 36th in the points. No top 10 so far this season. But that average starting position is under a 10.0. I don't think it is anymore. I don't think he started top 10 tonight, so. But Young looking for that first career win. He would be the 4th driver this season to get a first career victory. That would be unprecedented. Oskin's looking for career win number 2. He's to the inside of Young as they're driving behind Jesse Turner. Young will go to Turner's outside and put him a lap down. Ferranti in 3rd, Markle in 4th. Gardner continuing to slip backwards. As the caution flag, this past one has really shaken things up. Dylan Young clear and in the lead. Can he pull away from his teammate? Samet Oskin trying to do anything he can. They'll be coming to 9 to go this time by. But it looks like Dylan Young's pulling away from the 22. Ferranti in 3rd. Markle 4th. Here comes Austin Colano in 5th place. He's been charging up from the back. Could he have a shot at this win? Remember, it's a Team Penske Wood Brothers partnership this season. So they've got 3 cars in the top 5, all 3 of them. Colano makes a daring nosedive on Tyler Markle. That's going to give Markle a run on Ferranti. Ferranti gives him the line, but now here comes Colano to his inside as they're 4 wide behind them. Move Markle into 3rd. Colano still looking for 4th. Colano takes it away from Ferranti. Now Markle, will he take 3rd away from him? It looks like he will. Ferranti's trying to make a move to get back under the 21. So far even with the 88 is Austin Colano. As Young and Oskin continue to pull away, Turner in tow. Brommer chilling in 6th, Gardner in 7th. But they're not closing at all on Dylan Young. Next time by will be 6 to go. Markle lets Colano pass just to get the crossover. Does Austin Colano have the time to catch? If he is indeed the fastest car on track right now. The survey says he's not. It's Dylan Young just inching away from Oskin right now, but Colano's up to 3rd. It's a Team Penske Wood Brothers 1, 2, 3 right now. Now that Colano's got some clean room, can he get up to Dylan Young? The 21 car won one race in 2017 with Colin Denton. 2018, William Brock filled the seat, didn't get anything done with it. Last year, Ryan Brommer was in the seat and got it 2 wins. Could Colano get the 21 car its 4th win? He is closing on Dylan Young, but time is running out. It's 5 laps to go this time by. And it is not an easy affair to get by traffic here. Markle in 4th, Ferranti 5th. Brommer still chilling in 6th. Cole Deaver trying to get by Gardner for 7th. Tringale's in 9th. And now put Alexander Rowe into the top 10. Will we see any lap traffic? I don't think we will. Colano makes the move on Turner at 4 to go. Didn't close as much that time. He's trying to get by the 16. He does it into turn 1. Turner goes very wide. That's going to give Colano a great corner exit. But Dylan Young is in the prime position. It's not the same package as last year. Tire wear does not affect you as much. But still, what a performance here at the end of this thing by Team Penske with Wood Brothers. It'll be 3 to go at the start-finish line as they are 1, 2, 3 leading the field. Young gains another 10th and a half there on Oskin. Colano only gains 1/10. Not enough time with 3 to go. Things are looking pretty good here for Dylan Young. He came so close 1.5 years ago at Richmond to getting that first career win. And now here tonight at Auto Club, it might finally come to fruition. Over 100 races of waiting for Dylan Young. 2 laps to go, and someone just came to pit road. And I think it was Austin Colano. He could not make it on fuel, and that is devastating. Jeff Toledo's down too with him. They could not make it. I can't believe it. What does that mean for Dylan Young and the others? They'll be coming to the white flag, this time by Young, showing no signs of coming to pit road. He'll take the white flag on the racetrack. Oskin about a second behind now from his teammate. Markle in 3rd, Brommer 4th, Deaver 5th, Ferranti, Gardner, Tringale, Rowe, and Fitzwater. That's the top 10 at the white flag. And there's Austin Colano. He will finish this race 1 lap down. Into turn 3, Dylan Young goes. It's been over 100 races of trying. A terrible 2019 season slump ends today with his first career win in the Cup Series. Dylan Young will win at Auto Club. And in just 5 races, we have 4 first-time winners, 2 veterans, and 2 rookies. And all Dylan Young has to do now is stay in the top 30 in points. And hopefully no one else gets so many more wins that he gets knocked out. He gets the win over his teammate Samet Oskin. Look at that, by 1.222 seconds. That's fitting because the 2 and the 22 finished 1-2. Brommer 3rd, Markle 4th, Deaver 5th, Ferranti 6th, Gardner 7th, Tringale 8th, Alexander Rowe 9th, and Matthew Logan is the lone rookie in the top 10. What a race. That is going to do it for me, guys. The next 2 races are standalone events, Denver and Texas, as we finish the West Coast swing. So I will see you all next time at Denver. Congrats again to Dylan Young on his first career win.